Presley, would you like some more? Good morning, happy Wednesday. I have not finished this quite yet, but I did read another 100 pages last night, so I'm just over 300 pages, which means I only have like 100 pages left to go. So this is gonna be my goal for the morning, besides watching some day 2 Reading Rush booktube videos, because again, I'm trying to keep up with the daily vlogging that people are doing. My little one's down here. You guys probably saw he was eating breakfast with me this morning, and now we're crying because I have Allie's video paused on Penny, and I don't know if that's why he's crying, because the TV's not on. Oh, camera! But also, we changed his diaper earlier, and when I say we, I mean we. It takes at least 2 people nowadays to do it. He was pooped and did not want a diaper change, and like he flails and fights it so hard. I don't know if any other booktube moms out there have had this same experience when they get to like, he's almost 1, he's basically a toddler now. I mean, he toddles, so yeah. The camera, can you say hi? Camera. Okay, so like I said, I read another 100 pages of Shadow of the Fox last night, and we are now past, or at least we have culminated at the like major city that they were trying to get to for their like travel, and it seems like shit's about to go down. I don't fully know, but I'm very excited to see. I really wanted to continue reading last night, but by the time I actually got 100 more pages in, so I'm on like page 313 or 15, sorry, 315. By the time I actually got to that part, it was almost midnight, and I was like, yeah, I probably should go to bed. But he's whining, trying to get up here. Okay, I'm gonna go, and I will see you guys when I finish the book. I tried to take my own Instagram picture of the cat with my book for today's Reading Rush Instagram challenge, but this one just woke up from his nap, didn't you? And he was not happy when Daddy was holding him, so I'm holding him. My husband is trying to take pictures. You're okay. Got some tears on there. Yes, I know you love the camera. Does it make you happy touching the camera that you're not supposed to? Yes. Oh, there's the cat. Okay, so I finished this finally during Presley's nap. He's currently awake, playing with my controller that he's not really supposed to have, but it's off right now. And he's happy. But like I said, I did finish Shadow of the Fox. I think I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 stars. It might be closer to a 4.5, but like I am just taken with this so much. Like I absolutely need the next book in the series. It was great. Again, it had a lot of like character drivenness, and they were definitely like traveling for most of it. So I can understand why this might not be the story for everyone. Because a lot of the like more action-y parts were small bits of the story, and there was more of that near the end though. But like, oh my gosh, the ending of this story, I need the next book in the series. I know somebody, I can't remember exactly who it was, commented on one of my, I think, videos that I was going to be reading this, probably my TBR video, I guess, saying that they felt it was very like anime sort of style, which one, it is set in Japan, so I guess that makes sense. But also it does sort of have that sort of feel of like a group, like a big cast sort of anime, although I could also see it as some sort of drama. I've watched K-dramas and like Chinese dramas and stuff. Are there Japanese dramas? There must be. I just don't think I personally am as acquainted with it. Is that what I want to say? But I absolutely love this. I love the sort of, like I said, characters obviously, but it is also like an adventure sort of story, and it has blood and gore and ghosts and gods and demons, and it was great. So now I'm going to be starting Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is the ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'm not going to be reading this entire behemoth, but I'm going to be reading the first book, the actual Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And in this tome, it goes to page, I think, 144. So less than 200 pages. I'm hoping to get this finished tonight. But we shall ultimately see if I end up updating it in this vlog or if it ends up being tomorrow morning's vlog, because of the fact that I do a lot of reading in bed. I am also in charge of dinner tonight, which we're gonna do like a spicy miso pasta thing. I will show you guys that as we make it, because it's like phenomenal. Absolutely love it. You still just playing over there? He is. He's still just playing with it. But yeah, I'm actually very excited for this book because I absolutely love the movie with like Martin Freeman and Zooey Deschanel. It's amazing. Well, Sam Rockwell and stuff too. It's one of those movies that came out years ago. And it was one of those things where I remember watching it when it came out, and a lot of the actors and stuff in it were not as popular back then, and now they are. It also has Alan Rickman voicing the robot. I love it. So I'm really hoping the book holds up. The first book of the series, I believe, is not even the whole movie, because I do believe the movie took from a couple books. I mean, obviously I will see as we read it, and I will give you guys an update, but I love the movie. I've watched the movie at least 10 times. Like, I love the movie, so I'm really hoping the book is good. I've heard it's funny. We're having issues over here right now because of this one, so I'm going to update you guys later. Hopefully after I've read something, but I'm gonna take care of him. Update, I guess, small update. I'm on page 31 of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is in the big compendium. So I know in this book it's like 145 pages worth basically, but in the equivalent book that I've picked on Goodreads, it's like 215 pages, because that was the closest I could find. But it's also, I think, like a mass market size. So these are big pages, that's small pages. But I'm on page 31, and I think I mentioned before, I've seen the movie, love the movie. And one thing that I've noticed already is the characterization, like the way the characters are described in the book, does not necessarily match the movie. So one thing that they talked about is they talked about Arthur, who is the Martin Freeman character, and how he's, you know, tall, dark hair. Martin Freeman's pretty short, but he has, like, you know, darkish hair, that's fine. Nothing super, you know, different or anything like that. And then they talked about Ford, who in here has red hair, and in the movie is black, but I think it's Mos Def. He's one of those actors that I have seen in other things before, and so when I watch the movie, I don't mind that it's different. Like, I'm just used to that. And I think it's also a good idea to, you know, change up the races a little bit, especially with books that might not have had that much diversity in the first place. But now, like I said, I'm on page 31, and they're talking about Trillian, who in the movie is played by Zooey Deschanel, who is very white. And in the book, they describe her as having dark skin and wearing a headscarf and looking Arabic. So at first, before they actually said they said the word Arabic, before they said that, I was definitely thinking, oh, she sounds black. Because they're talking about how dark her skin is and wearing a headscarf and this kind of thing, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then they specifically used the word Arabic. But she's like super, super white in the movie, so I don't know how I feel about that, because again, I've seen the movie so many times. I love the movie. I'm used to it. And I don't mind, you know, changing up people's ethnicities in movies if you're finding the best actor for it and everything, especially, like I mentioned, in movies and stuff where maybe the original stuff would have been not as diverse. However, it does seem like, as so far what I've read, they had some diversity and they switched it. So I don't personally know how I feel about that, because I mean, they could have found somebody who fit her ethnicity in the book and put it in the movie, and I still wouldn't have minded Ford being Ma's death either, though. So that's just interesting. I don't know how other people feel about this who've read and watched the movie, because yeah, it was just an interesting choice to make, I guess. I'm gonna keep reading because I at least want to finish through the chapter I'm on. It's currently about 4 p.m. Like I mentioned before, I am in charge of dinner, but I don't have to start cooking for another like hour and a half to 2 hours, just depending on when we're gonna eat. So I'm gonna keep reading for now. It was just something that I had noticed and was like, But besides that, it is pretty funny. In a tongue-in-cheek way, which I appreciate. So I am enjoying the reading of it, but that was different. Okay, so we're currently cooking. You might hear the bacon in the background, but we are doing the spicy miso pasta that I had talked about earlier. This is actually a like Chrissy Teigen recipe that she posted online, and I will leave everything linked down below for you guys. I'm just gonna do a little bit of like a montage, but it does have like chili garlic sauce and miso, obviously. And then it's also like a carbonara, so it has the bacon and egg stuff. Well, I guess carbonara usually does like, what, pancetta, but it's bacon. But it is so good. And my husband actually cut up the bacon for me, so I didn't have to do it. But I will leave the recipe down below, and it's gonna be amazing. You'll see. We ended up taking out a small bowl for Presley before we got any sort of spices in there. Besides like the bacon stuff. He's also gonna have broccoli and everything tonight as well. And then we took out a bowl, or I guess technically we used a plate tonight, of pasta with no cheese for Leon's dad. Okay, so I just passed page 52 of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and I am really liking it so far. Basically, nothing much else has happened in here except for what I've already told you. Have I actually told you guys much about this? No, because I just assumed people knew what it was about because I know the movie. I'm so bad at this. So it does follow the movie very, very closely. And one part that I really did like is a lot of the actual like snippets from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, like, because it's a book in this book, are very, very similar to what they said in the movie as well. So like it definitely fits really well. But basically, since I should probably tell you, I don't know how much to tell you, but our main character in here is Arthur Dent, who is a human from Earth, and he has basically a best friend named Ford, who had been posing as a human on Earth, but he is actually an alien from the Betelgeuse system or something like that. I don't think that's the actual planet. Maybe it is. And basically what happens is they end up hitchhiking through the galaxy because Earth has been set to be destroyed and an interstellar bypass has been set to be there. And that's where we go from there. So not much else has happened yet, because I'm like 50 pages in, so I'm about a third of the way through the first book so far. Again, really enjoying the writing style, really enjoying the humor of it, and there's slight different characterizations from the book to the movie. Like Ford in the book is one of the writers, or he at least helps write and put together the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's not mentioned at all as a thing in the movie. And then also there was a chapter about Zaphod, and it was more in depth than in the movie as well. In the movie, Arthur is our main character, and he does seem to be like the main character in here as well, but there have been a little bit extra information in this that we wouldn't have gotten in the movie, probably because also it's not as easy to sort of show. It's just like little tiny details, but I actually am really enjoying it. But the baby is asleep now. I'm finishing up the editing of this vlog, and I'm definitely going to be reading more tonight because I only have less than 100 pages left. Woohoo! So there is a good chance I will have finished this tonight, and you guys will get an actual update on this whole book in the morning. That's my goal, but I gotta finish this editing thing first. So I will see you guys tomorrow.